Hi Taurus, let's see what the cards have for you for mid-June. Okay. Just a quick reading. So, the Eight of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, and the Five of Wands. Okay, interesting energies. Clarified by the Two of Wands, the Knight of Swords, and the Ace of Wands. Okay, wow. Taurus, bottom of the deck, you have the Devil. All right, so there's some intense energies going on at this time from what I'm seeing in my reads. And this Devil energy is telling me you're going to have a little bit of temptation to play with during this time. It's up to you whether you follow that temptation. Yeah, Hierophant underneath that, the Temperance. Yeah, the Eight of Cups, the Nine of Cups. Okay, so this Devil feels like it's playing on your hopes and wishes. What these cards underneath are telling me are to trust your inner guidance, your inner wisdom. It's that sort of inner intuition that you've learned over the years and that has steered you right in order to find your balance so that you can make this decision from a space of clarity instead of just falling into old habits and traps. So temptation is fine as long as it doesn't steer you down the wrong track and it doesn't get you caught in these devil chains or the devil's trap. So this is the energy overseeing this read. It's an interesting one. Let's see what these temptations might be indicating. So to start with, for your current energies, we've got the Eight of Swords clarified by the Two of Wands. There is a potential for a new direction for you to take. What's happening though is that you're getting a bit caught up in your head. You are getting trapped in old thought patterns and in these old ways of thinking, old ways of seeing life. It's probably stirring up a bit of anxiety. And look here, you've got three people now with blindfolds on. The two lovers in the devil's trap and the woman in the reflection of that Eight of Swords puddle. There's a sense of not being able to see clearly what you need to do and which direction to take. You can feel with this Two of Wands, the world is at your fingertips here. There's a potential for a new direction, for your world opening up. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's a good thing or that it's something you want, but at the moment, this is saying that this is a decision that's come into your world and you're having to make this decision and you can't see clearly right now which direction to take. Do you go forward? Do you stick with the old tried and true? Let's have a look at the influencing energies. So you've got the Six of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. The Six of Pentacles is a card of generosity, but it is also a card of balance. So it's about being generous with yourself as well as those around you. And it's also about learning to receive as well as give. The Knight of Swords is quite a reckless card. He rushes in without much thought. He's the fastest card in the deck. He's speeding in this particular card. He's coming straight forward. So he's going at things head on without much thought, without pausing. He's just flying forward on his motorbike. What I'm sensing with these two cards is that there's a promise with whatever this new thing is that's coming in for it to be quite lucrative, whether it's specifically related to something financial or material wealth based. This has the flavor of something that promises a lot. And I'm not necessarily saying that it's making promises it can't keep. I will pull some clarifiers or some advice cards as well, just to get a bit more clarity on this. All this is saying is to be mindful of rushing headlong in before you gather all the information. In this column, you're clearly struggling to make this decision and you are feeling a bit blindfolded. You don't want to fall in that devil's trap, so you are taking your time with it. I feel like that's what the advice is with the Hierophant, the Temperance under there, finding your balance, finding some stability before you make the decision, because it does look really, really positive. It looks like you could gain a lot from this, but this Knight of Swords card is just saying be mindful of rushing headlong in because at the moment you can't see things clearly. Definitely want to pull some clarifiers for you because I'm not actually getting any indication of whether this is going to be a good decision to make or not. Even in your outcome, you have the Five of Wands and the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is a really positive card. It's planting the seeds for something new. It's encouraging you to take a new direction. It's the wand being given by the universe to wave and create the life that you want. But this is clarifying this Five of Wands card. And the Five of Wands is about a frivolous waste of energy. You could pour a lot of energy into this with the hope of a new beginning, of a new direction, of some new possibility that could bring in a whole lot of benefits for you. But it could also be just a whole big waste of energy. By the end of it, you could end up feeling a little bit exhausted and with not much to show for it. Right now, all I'm getting is questions. I'm not seeing anything clearly about whether you should take this new path or step aside, because there's a lot of lack of clarity right now. There's a lot of blindfolds. There's a lot of mixed messages. You know, the possibilities are big, but there's a recklessness here you want to avoid. You don't want to be wasting your energy on something that's not going to be fruitful. But you have this spark of something that could be holding a true potential for you. Let's pull some clarifiers here. It's not just advice in this case. I really want some clarifiers on whether this path forward is the one to take. Wow, okay, we've got the Six of Pentacles again. So it really does have the potential to be really positive. You've got these scales, which are reflective of this Temperance card here. It's about balance. And with that Nine of Cups there, it's about wanting wishes, but walking away from something else. There could be a sense of having to leave something behind, which is sort of that Two of Wands card, leaving something behind if you want to take a hold of something new. That Six of Pentacles coming in twice, though, that is an indication that this could actually be quite positive. Just get some more information, especially around that Knight of Swords. It's very much saying, you know, don't rush into this. You've got to be a little bit cautious here, because you don't want to end up having wasted a lot of time and energy on something that doesn't bear any fruit. Wow, all right, that's a really positive sign. You've got the King of Pentacles. That's very much indicating that this could be really, really beneficial. He's got everything and more that he needs. He's surrounded by that golden sky. He's got that golden scepter. There's just an abundance of abundance here. There is an element of greed with this, so perhaps that's what this Knight of Swords is warning against. You don't want to rush into this out of a space of greed, asking for more than the other person's willing to give or more than you're ready to accept. Or if you're coming at it not from a grounded, balanced space, which you really need with this Six of Pentacles, you could end up being a little too greedy, and that's possibly where things might fall apart. Let's just get one more card for that, just to see if I'm on the right track there. But that's actually a really positive indicator that whatever this is, whatever choice this is, whatever this new thing that's coming in, it could be really, really, really positive for you. It has the potential to be extremely positive. Just find your balance in this before you make any decisions, because you want to be able to go in with your eyes open. You don't want any blindfolds. You want to be able to be clear-headed and balanced. You've got the Queen of Pentacles. This is all looking incredibly positive. And at the bottom of the deck right now, the 10 of Pentacles. You have 4 Pentacles clarifying this 1 Pentacles and all of the rest of these cards. That is a lot of grounded energy. It's a lot of abundance. It is extremely positive. The Queen of Pentacles is actually more balanced than the King. As I said, can be a sense of greed with the King. The Queen is much more balanced. She has everything she needs. She doesn't need or want anything more than she has. She's completely content and grounded and serene. There's a real contented, serene quality about this Queen of Pentacles, which is what this new possibility is promising. There's a possibility of having everything you need if you can find your balance and take things a little bit slower. Try not to rush in without seeing everything clearly, making sure you cross all the T's, dot all the I's. Try not to expend too much energy in pushing for more. It's kind of the indication that I'm getting. It's looking like it's so positive. You don't want to push for more and end up losing everything. So I'm feeling more and more that this Ace of Wands, it's sort of in the background at the moment because it's underneath this Five of Wands and is a clarifier. It's like that there's a promise here of something really, really positive, the spark of something new and positive. You want to nurture that flame. You don't want to set it on fire and have everything reduced to ash. You want to be able to nurture that flame and allow it to grow gently and beautifully, and you'll find that balance, and you'll get whatever this beautiful promise is that comes in to grow into something really special. Let me just get some more cards, or see if I can get a final message. If I'm still got questions that come out with these final cards, I'll draw a few more. Just a quick read today for the mid-June period. It's an interesting energy. So I definitely understand why that Devil card is there. You don't want to succumb to temptation and push for too much. Really find that balance. If you don't feel like you can see clearly, try and take a little bit of a step back. Find your balance before making decisions, before rushing headlong into something that looks like it's got a lot of promise to it. And I'm feeling, because all of this, there's no cups cards here. So this doesn't feel like it's an emotional issue. It doesn't really have the flavor of a relationship or friendship or partnership, anything like that. It's got more of a grounding in reality. So it's something to do with work, with a business idea, with a hobby, with some kind of plan. Maybe you're doing something like renovating your house, something like that. It's got something that's very connected to your material world. Wow, okay. Wow, you get the same card twice. You've definitely got to pay attention to it. The Devil's come out again. This Devil is really saying the temptation is ripe. It's right there. So just be mindful. You don't want to be caught in this trap. You want to be able to see clearly. So really do take the time to assess everything from all angles. I'm definitely not getting the sense of needing to tell you to walk away from this, especially with these three clarifiers here, the Six of Pentacles, the King, and the Queen of Pentacles. They're all very, very positive. Just mind that greediness, find your balance, try not to push for too much, and really let yourself see everything clearly. If you're starting to feel a little bit excited by something and it's taking you into this Knight of Swords rushing feel, if someone's trying to push you into something too quickly, just demand some time to step back and really, really gather your thoughts, really see things clearly before you commit to anything, especially because of all these pentacles. It feels like it could be quite a big commitment, like a large financial commitment or a time commitment, something that's going to ask a lot of you. So you want to see clearly before you commit to that. The Emperor, you are in charge of this. This is fantastic. You've got the authority and the power to make these decisions. Don't let anyone push you into anything, and let yourself be the authority. Make sure you're the leader in this situation. You get to make these decisions. Do not let yourself get pushed around by anyone around you when you're not ready to make this decision because you can't quite see clearly yet. I love that Emperor came in. He's saying, like, no, I've got more power than this Devil. I can choose where I go and when. Okay, this is positive. You've got the High Priestess and the Four of Wands. So the High Priestess, this is exactly what I was saying. Take some time out for yourself and listen to your intuition. Your intuition will be able to tell you which decision to make, because you are on the threshold of something brand new. This Four of Wands is the 1111 gateway. It's the border between where you are now and the next phase of your life. It doesn't need to be a huge step, but it can be. This could be the wedding before the marriage, which could last for the rest of your life. Or it could be you buying a house. It could be quite big. It doesn't have to be, but it feels like whatever this decision is for you with this Two of Wands here, it feels like it is a big deal for you. So make sure you've got the clarity and the intuition that you have inherently at your disposal right at the surface before you start making any big decisions. Bottom of the deck here, you've got the Four of Cups. Normally this is a card of boredom or even meditation or contemplation. What I'm feeling for you right now is your heart is a little bit closed off. I feel like this is, in this instance, is very connected to this High Priestess energy. Yeah, there's such a, it's being overwhelmed. You need some clarity, taking time out, seeing things from a new perspective. You're being overwhelmed by the promise of what's in the material world, of what's being offered to you. There's that Four Pentacles is also that sense of greediness, of holding on to this promise that's coming in your material world, and you're not able to hear your heart right now. Your material world is a little bit too loud. Just be mindful what's being offered might actually be better than what's in front of you, but if you're closed off to it, you're not going to be able to see clearly what's coming in. So try to get your heart open and connect in with your intuition. Make sure you don't fall into these old devil's traps. You're going to be fine. It's quite an interesting energy, Taurus. I really wish you good luck with it. If anyone watches this and wants some more clarity on this, because this particular reading is really interesting, please do leave a comment. I don't normally ask this, but because this is such an unusual and very specific kind of read, I'd be happy to pull some more cards to get a bit more clarity for you. I think you're going to be fine. Just again, be mindful of that devil's trap. Take off those blindfolds before making any big decisions. Thanks, Taurus.